Hi everybody, Tilly to the top here. Thank you for clicking this video. I am so excited.
God planted the seed for this 5-day event in the heart of Help Motherland International. This Ghana-based non-governmental group fosters a Christian-focused, holistic approach to improve the quality of life in the developing countries of its students. Its executive director is a medical student simply known as Emmanuel.
I remember distinctly when Emmanuel came up with the idea of wanting to have a medical conference. It was quite overwhelming to think about all the logistics. Yet Emmanuel had already done his planning.
You know, when we started talking about doing this medical conference, my first thoughts were, number one, I don't have a thing to worry about because it's not going to happen.
Along the way, I threw out every organizational obstacle I could think of. Probably in a confessional kind of way, I tried to kind of not make this happen. And each step along the way, the people with HMI jumped all the organizational hurdles, and it was obvious that God had a plan for this.
With a love for people and unshakable faith in God, the leadership team of Help Motherland International constructed a conference that would involve...
In the Eastern region is soon to have a Christian medical college and teaching hospital. This is to support government's commitment to ensure quality medical care for all. An exploratory tour of Kofodia by the implementers has taken place for the Vice-Chancellor of the Kofodia Technical University, Professor David Asuman, said through a partnership with Help Motherland International, HMI, the school will provide a 15-acre parcel of land for the
duty is to bring innovative programs that will benefit the country, programs that will benefit the community in which we operate. Bring them on board.
Which will augment the ultra-modern state-of-the-art hospital under construction in Kofodia under Government's Agenda 111. He assured
gingerbread. We're organic.
That's right.
We're organic gingerbread.
Wow.
So when you pound that, and we also on pepper with the bread and the way ginger, kakadro pa,
kakadro kaza kaka uti chawajo
ejo ho adwuma wan ma kakadro so faso e bibia no mpamu bibia
nice one
it's no pepper no adidi a man to pound bia say sewa organic gingerbread.
So, guys, so share beginning of this video. Once that video na edikaino. And home commander me baby, you see, I couldn't even introduce myself. Okay. Hello, everybody. Tilly to the top here. Thank you for clicking this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe because listen, we are here to stay. We are not going anywhere. And our job is to bring you positive messages from Ghana. Nadia de Mohammed me woma Nadia brutal. See Vim where they are Vim part of the Bremuno. And if someone subscribe to this channel, subscribe. Hit the notification bell because the good news in kind of figure bro. At first, is when him Obenda, please go and look for Mr. Obenda. Look for him. Follow him. Facebook Obenda, YouTube Obenda, current website. Nothing. Sign, follow him everywhere he is. Then no when because when you have me mawaha. Now, remember introducing himself. Nothing the association because he near bread. We have a and in fact, Doctor, Mr. Introduce yourself to us first. Nothing and to us.
Yo, Auntie Tilly me that say. That what your phone I say. And special thanks to Mr. Obendako.
Yes.
For making this possible.
Yes.
Midinbo Emmanuel Kwakunimo. Karen here, I'm a medical doctor based in Ghana. Reg, to be precise, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Department of Surgery. And then when you say come be by HMI. So I don't mind tell people that I'm the chief servant of HMI. But then in a professional way, I'm the founder and the president of Help Motherland International.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Now, thank you. I saw you best started Bibia. Me pacho, me pese me hu baby a wufre. Baby a wo. Baby a ko school Ghana. Ni baby a wo now. And I say wutu kwan so kwa abrochire koye courses a. And baby a wo ye adwuma now. Pacho, catch re.
Oh, thank you, Entity. Okay, so be free Ashanti region. Na ya wo me krobi so I will offense enough. May I sure say most Ghanaians will not know, but if a crabby as a pie, from Brasso, it has to, I think I command that area. So, and to my parents, a friend of Jenny Mo, Miss Paul Nemo, that's my father, and my mother is Augustina Nemo, free offense. And then me mommy free at Tonsu Bokro. My so school nasi from Krobiso, your friend Mantuka. That is my early childhood. Then I was moved to Dason, the same English. Then to Kinkersu. Then from Kinkersu, that is where I attended my junior high school. Then my senior high school was Offenso, and Namon Secondary Technical School. That's how. Then from there I came to. After the SS, I moved to Koforidua, Eastern Region. Yes, and then there I attended nursing training. Okay, well, so the story is that from Ikinkesu, a certain man called, I call a certain man because he is a very key person in my life. He happens to be my teacher in 1998, 1999. He was a fresh graduate from Teacher Training College. So he came there and he taught me mathematics. And thank God I happens to be a good student in math.
Yeah.
Yes. I try my math and no farmer. Basically, I became as a young boy and I fetch water for him. Then he would teach me, he would give me more assignments. And the thing was, I was always ahead of the class. But what I did was that the things that he was teaching me, I also come back and volunteered and teach my colleagues. In 1999 to 2000, I think 1999, a certain 27 Ghanaians died while on their route to Ivory Coast. My elder brother was part of them, so I mean he was an icon for the family then.
Sorry.
So yeah, thank you. So this man. And he was actually a carpenter in Atunzu, a master, of course, and having over 15 apprentices under him. But then, when he passed away, in our Akan tradition, the next guy have to take over. So I was the one. And so virtually, after the junior high school, I was asked to go and be a carpenter. And this teacher said no. He will not agree because I was a good student. So this man, yes, he's called Mr. Martin Oforitebi. So God bless him so much. So he brought me from the King Castle to Offense to stay with the family in Marseille, then walk about 4 miles every day to Namon to attend my senior high school.
Wow.
I completed, my auntie was in Koforidua. So yes, so that was when I decided to come and visit her. So that's how this whole story started, and the result came. The senior high results came. By his grace, I was able to pass. And then this same teacher, I reached out. I always wanted to be a mathematician, and because because I did agri science, and anyway from school they said that you will be a doctor. That is around class 6, class 5, class 6. But UK University, and I told them I want to. Admission into the math program, and the woman told me, is your uncle working here? I said no. Do you have any influential person? I said no. I said, well, my son. That was on phone. I still remember this story. I said, well, I can tell you with your grade it's not possible to get admission, so I will advise you that instead of wasting your money to buy this admission, maybe go to nursing training or teacher training college, and later maybe you can come. no, I said teacher training college rather. So I called my teacher, I informed him, and he said, well, it's not bad, but you truly have a heart of caring for others. So, and I think you can do better in nursing. To be sincere, that was my first time I heard males can, do nursing. So fast forward, I had an admission, which really was tough, wasn't an easy thing. I finally got an admission, and then by his grace, we were able to do some few stuff there. So I was posted at the regional hospital in Koforidua for my service. And at the same time, I always love to give a helping hand. That's my personality. So and also going a little bit of extra mile. So the hospital director then is called Dr. Apori. Currently is on retirement. But he also was moved to head Greater Accra Regional Hospital. I mean, he actually facilitated to build a new one. So this man one day noticed I was doing a presentation for the nursing managers on management and leadership. And so he asked them, is this guy, do you pay him? And I remember my matron saying that, no, but he's a young guy, he's a nurse, we don't have to pay him. Then he invited me to his office and said, young man, if you're interested, I want to sponsor you to go and do nurse anesthesia in companionship.
Anesthesia, yeah.
Yes. So I said, well, those they call him Wafa. I said, Wafa, no problem. I want to, but if you want to do that, add my colleague. I used to have a very good friend. It's called Philemon. So we told him, and then he spoke to one gentleman at the time. Currently, he too is it's called Dr. Tinkrine, David Tinkrine. Actually, he is the secretary for Ghana Registered and Nurses Association currently. Yes, he has done his PhD in nursing, so he lectures in Legon now. He actually drove us from Koforidua to Kumasi to be given admission. I completed that, and I also have to, and so it was a bond of 2 years.
Yeah.
If you've not served, so I came back to honor my word to serve them. But what I was doing all this, that is where the maintenance. In 2000, when I completed the nursing training college, I went back to a pencil. I was sleeping. I always love to carry a book with me or a diary. Around 12 a.m., and then the idea came that I should, set up an NGO. So the thing I said to you, that was how. Then I just have to write, I wrote them down, and then I introduced it.
I want to come back to your 6-year-old no. Again, I know we in Tia and Mom Mukase, who were a doctor at the age of 6. Remember 2017, I will know. And who said,
those days you have what you call a nobwa. And yeah. So in the village, my dad was one coordinating for the adults. So one time I approached him and the catcher and I said, oh, yes, we are in youth, and I want to organize them. And yes, we are by day. Now, yes, we are here. Full say when we go to school, they take care of it. And so I was able to easily bring my team together. And I think you're quite phone back to pray and pray and not better obvious true. And I had to go in to help. It took I think the dress or something, tear it and tie. That man came. I said, "Wow, this guy is really, really bold, and you definitely." So that was the concept. And so some of me in Crawford no kind you go school no not. Hey, doctor, doctor. It's just a saying. But then, I mean, in SS, it also came up. A friend, my current friend, my best friend, he is actually in Maryland right now. We used to, friends, so we used to study together, everything. And, it was a kind of a joke. It came up and I mean, who knows? Now these days when we talk, I say, hey, you always pursue the dream. But basically, it was through HMI that I made a friend. And through him, he connected me to Ukraine, and the rest is the story now. History, sorry.
Because Ukraine but the intention behind it, the idea behind it, how are the whole thing coming up? And then to me, but hold on, let me start question we ask. 2017, you talked about, and I say, HMI by watching a TNMI HMI by watching.
So yeah, HMI is, as I said, it started as Help Motherland Ghana.
Yes.
So in my time at nursing training, I recall in my first year, second semester, there was an issue in the school, and virtually, Otimi Kone principal Nekasa. Student leader then couldn't solve, so I went in and resolved. I was able to talk to the principal then, and then the issue was resolved. So since then, when it got to our time, the students said, my classmates, my friends, and some of the teachers said, then you have to be the student leader. And I recall, Ghana, I say now you Krife at the time, and you need two Krife. So those politics wasn't something I wanted to really involve myself in. But then the woman called me. I mean, currently she's actually in Canada now. She's done a PhD. She's based in Canada, teaching in Canada. Dr. Mary Aswasrifi, a great tutor too for me. And she has said that, Emmanuel, when there's an issue and your colleague says you can lead, and of course you mean leading, always there when there's an issue you come in to solve. Why don't you want to take up the leadership?
Yeah.
And so I have no option. I prayed and asked God, well, if it is your will, let it be. So finally, I think I have to agree to my colleague, and then we went in a contest with someone and we won, and I became the president. But I prayed and I asked God that I want to be a unique one. So he should give me an idea that I can lead a life and leave a legacy. And at that time, one of the things we were having challenge with this.
I will live a life to leave a legacy.
Yeah. Together as a group. I told you about the noble thing. So I started and told my group, you need to form a group, and each one we have to help one another. All of us have to pass. And so we tried several options, and we got teachers to also do an extra curricular activities for us. And also through that I realized that one of the material I was reading for my exams, public health nursing, I realized something, and the book was from actually in the US, whereby the people go to the churches, most community to teach them some healthy lifestyle behaviors, and also does some screening. So back forward, before I complete, we always have what you call SRC week. Every year we have this week. And we were able to organize the students to go to marketplaces in Koforidua to screen all our market women, for hypertension. Oh, yes. So it really started from the school. Yes. I always have divergent view about this thing, that Christ came to help. So the Christmas and those things for children that the people does, I think is the time you should go out to the vulnerables and help them.
Yes.
So we actually started it in those periods where we, the students, we go to Donko Chrome, Asesewa. These are the remote places to help, to volunteer. So that is what I started. And so when I completed and I went back to Offenso, I was there one day and I said, the idea came that, why don't you turn those ideas into an organization? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So let me say this. With your lifetime, with your whole life, I'm going to be a pastor or a professor or whatever right now.
A Ghanaian prophet.
What's that?
As a Ghanaian prophetess.
Wow. What's baby? I'll fire no. Baby, I'll fire beer or brabum free we are collar up till when most artists have Kurana Sumuko Krasana. One said, Nefana win, and I'm saying it's kind of like you are direct and you choose Christ to do this. This is the reason why I love Mr. Obin. Because
Yes.
he's not Mr. Obeade Awoyebia is about what Christ came to do. And that church is a Wagan and church is a Buno. Media, I don't see Christ in those churches. I don't see it. It's business. I am telling you, bro.
Yeah. You're 100% right. I support that.
You. And you know, I just say, call first one else. Hey, I didn't say Kwedi. I didn't think a main done a non-profit organization and see how big I can grow it. And a year ding and I cook with Ukraine. A year ding.
Okay. All right. So so fast forward, I was able to put together, I discussed with my best friend. Currently, he's too is a major. He's also a doctor in 37 military hospital, and he's with the military. He's a military officer too. So we just thought that the ideas and the school that we've gone through,
Also
the knowledge.
Also,
yes. Yes, he is. He is. We always strive to follow Christ-like way of life. It's not easy, but
yeah,
that's what we always strive to do. So
the attempt alone is everything.
Yes, yeah. I mean, Mr. Vedako, so we cast a heaven or what they are, then you have to work towards it. And I don't think that I've already also studied Bible too, alongside my medical school. Then you see, there's a work you need to do in, I think James 2 James 2:26. You know, it tells us the body without soul is dead, so as faith without work is dead. So you can't tell me you're a Christian without your work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So such principles must work. So basically, as a nurse, I ask, what can we do? The knowledge, the skills we acquire, what can we do to help our community? And as you know, at the time, in the village, you go there and the people claim that if you have hernia, you know, your mama be in a or fibroid, yes, say, and trust me, these things are the things we learn in school. It's not true. Okay, it's a lie. But then I never, as growing up, I never heard any professionals coming out to tell people that it's a lie.
Yes.
So
yes.
I told myself at the time, I was in the theater. I started as working in theater. So I saw surgeons operating and virtually curing people with, you know,
yes.
So I took pictures and then started going to churches, mosques, virtually everywhere. Once you invite me, you know, I'll do presentation about it. And then I ask you, if you need help, I can get you a doctor who can help. So that was what I was doing. And then after my anesthesia, you know, those one I've advanced my knowledge and skill set. And then we were doing a lot. I work with one surgeon called Dr. Ponsa, one of the renowned surgeons in Koforidua now. And we used to do that. We get cases and this man would do it on pro bono cases, you know. And now people get to know you. They need help, they'll call you, and then you facilitate that. Then I was able to create a coordinators in all the 10 regions. Those days, currently we have 16. Yeah, so as long as you have a medical issue and you contact us, it becomes our responsibility to find you the right doctor or a surgeon to help you. And my thinking was, oh yeah, I was in Koforidua then, working at the Koforidua region, and I was able to coordinate through I told you I was a student leader. So I used those network at the time to create this system there. And we were not. So in 2009, actually, I attended a program called Springboard. And it was run by one Alberto Crane and the wife. And he brought in very experienced people, KSM, Pastor Mensa Otabel, Palmer Bako, all these guys, you know. So I attended one both in Kumasi and in Accra. And when you complete, they gathered and asked you, what do you want to do? Now, I told them about this organization. So this is what I want to do. Maybe in Ghana, in future, I'll go to Africa. That was what I said in 2009. I have no idea. But then they told me, have you registered? I said, no, not yet. And then they said, no, you got to register this. So they gave me someone, then I registered, and then they really encouraged me to start doing courses, reading alongside. And the truth is, from childhood, I know how many shoes I have right now, but I don't know how many books I have. You know, and I bought a lot from Mr. Obenda Ako. So when I saw him on the TV, I asked him, man, I called him, said, how do I get your books? And he said, oh, I can send it to you. I was in Cape Coast. So, and I paid, and then they brought the books to me. Almost every year, I try to buy books, you know, especially books not in line with my profession. You know, I always try to read.
Yes, when you're an open-minded person, and anything that things flow into you, you are very open-minded. Because we have some Christians that they narrow themselves only to the Bible, and that's dangerous. It's very, very, very dangerous.
But you remember, Bible said, "Lack of knowledge, my people perish." So if if you don't, you know, and the truth is, Scripture says. So fast forward, as you said, let me back to why I went to Ukraine. So this organization I registered, then I brought in different professional school. You've acquired knowledge. So the knowledge that brings transformation first to yourself and to your society.
Yes.
You know, you have to do that to serve. So basically, that was the concept of HMI. So let's come together, you know, a group of people who have the heart for their motherland. So when you say motherland, we are referring to your home country. Okay.
Home country.
Yes. So we want to bring people who truly love their home country. And I believe, irrespective of your geographical location, yes. I'm of the view that just as Nehemiah in the Bible, you know, you have to love where God places you, and God knows why He places us there. And I am a believer that God created us as His own image. Therefore, me and you have creative power. And to be sincere with you, He is not coming to solve how to get water to the poor or how to get a food. It is me and you. That's why He created me and you. So if you use the brain, and for your information, this is something I'm pursuing. I want to be a neurosurgeon. So that's the path I'm on. When you study the brain, it's so amazing. You know, God has given us everything. And if you don't use the brain, as Mr. Kwabnada always say, oh yes, Mr. yes, Obenda Ako. You know, if you don't use your brain, then you are the one thinking that everything God have to come in. But God have done His part by creating me and you. So
yeah, Wahine, internet yama. Internet number conversation I am Basabia having Yasem Kitwa. Because many are so cassette to say, I know me whom when you higher than that. And you know, yeah, bang, and I quote Ukraine.
So in the year
gingerbread, we're organic.
That's right.
We're organic gingerbread.
Wow.
So when you pound that, and we also on pepper with the bread and the way ginger, kakadro, and the womb.
Kaka uti chawajo.
Yo, what you want to do so fast. Every beer no pemu.
Nice one.
It's an open pan where the dear man to pound will be as a sewa organic
gingerbread. Chawajo. Yeah, all out. And
Lola. And you also the beer boys cake. That's right. I said, when you cook beer, more to be another boss.
That's right.
Say what gingerbread.
Papa don't know. Oh, there it is.
Till it, to the top, till it.